Hey Mike, hey Stephanie, how are you guys doing
Oh,
today?
good. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. So, how was your day so far?
Good. Yeah, not too
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So, guys, your third studio album, Where I Begin, is to be out on January 26, 2024. So, would you guys like to talk about a bit about this album and the pressure behind it?
Sure.
Great. Sounds good. You first.
Well, I mean, what do you want to know? You want to know about how we put it together? What are you
Uh,
thinking?
about the album in particular, about the songwriting process and how the production happened behind the process.
Okay. So the songwriting process, I mean, we're always working on new material. Even when we say, oh, we just put out an album, we're gonna take a break. We don't really take a break, so it's just we're constantly thinking of usually Mike has a guitar riff or I come up with a little paragraph of lyrics and then it just kind of explodes from there. So I think this album was kind of like that. We came off the second album. We had a UK tour that we did in March, so we were already excited about that, leading up to 2023. So we really just were very focused on music, so it just started with a couple of songs here and there. And then, before we knew it, we had a whole album's worth of material and we're proud of it. And I think this is definitely our best one yet.
Awesome.
What do you think?
Yeah, like what she said.
Oh, takes the easy way out.
That's why I let her go first.
Fantastic, fantastic. And does the album have some kind of concept or a theme behind it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't intentionally write songs about anything in particular, but it sort of subconsciously turns out to be about themed things. So this one, we decided to call the album Where I Begin. Obviously there's a track on the album called Where I Begin. But it came from a lot of pent up frustration. I think, being an up and coming band, trying to, you're scratching and fighting for every show you can get, every audience you can get in front of. You're trying to grab new listeners, and there's a lot of hurdles along the way that you deal with, and there's a lot of doors that get shut in your face, and then there's a lot of doors that open up for you. So Where I Begin is stemmed from, being told no a bunch of times, getting pissed off about it, and fighting your way through it. So I think that's a fair assessment of Where I Begin and what people can expect to sort of hear as a theme when they go through the tracks.
It's a lot of anger issues.
Hey, Nevin, come on.
Mostly, from my direction over here, they're most of the songs that are written, if you listen to the lyrics, they're you know
There's a couple. There's a couple. There's a couple that stemmed from the frustration of Michael. And he started it and I just finished it. That's all.
She calls it frustration. I call it inspiration.
Oh, perfect. Whatever works.
Awesome, guys. Awesome. And brilliant cover art goes behind this album. So, would you like to tell me how do you come up with this art design and who was behind this work?
Oh yeah, you take that one there.
Yeah, so the artist on all of our album covers so far has been Jeff Balance from 119 Design, and he's fantastic. He does wonderful work, and from the very first album, most people don't realize this, until we explain it to them. But the from our very first album, Turning to Ashes, until Where I Begin Now, there's a little story being told with the artwork as it goes along. So we have the girl on the front cover of Turning to Ashes, and her name is Lilith, by the way. And she's sort of burning down the city in that album cover, and then in the second album, Between the Lines, it's the same city, but it's all like kind of frosted over, and she's calmed down, realized what she's done, type of thing. And then in the middle of the Between the Lines album, In the Sky, it's split, sort of like describing the between the lines type of thing. And there's a sky there that's kind of got like a starry purple outer space look. And our album cover Human, that's completely opened up.
Single cover.
Yeah, that's a single. Yeah, that's right. It's completely opened up, and and she's kind of half cyborg, half human looking, that one. And then in the Where I Begin, it kind of continues on with that thing, and you see like the pyramids in there are almost like mechanical type pyramids, and then she's rose up again. Yeah, now she's angry, and all the lightning and tornadoes and destruction again, and all that stuff. So like there's a little story being told between all four pictures so far. And we kind of fell into that by accident in the very first album after that one got created. Before we did the Between the Lines album cover, we kind of had that idea, or like, well, why don't we keep using her on our album covers, and then tell a little story in between each release. So, and then that's where this album cover kind of came from.
Interesting. Very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah.
And a week back, you put up the first single from this album, Burned by My Fire. So would you like to tell me a bit about this song in particular and the making of this video?
Sure. So Burned by My Fire. Like I said earlier, the album sort of stemmed from some, we'll call it industry frustration. And this song is probably predominantly the epitome of that frustration. So, it's about being underestimated, having to prove your worth, and then basically sticking it to everybody that, pushed you aside and didn't believe in you. So that's where that song came from. And the video that we did, we actually were able to rent some space in a local movie theater. So that was really cool. It was the local small, it's called the Palace Theater. The real small, tiny one single screen, and it's kind of like a staple for where I grew up, this little theater. So it was really neat to be able to go in there, to use that stage, use the setup. We had the whole movie screen behind us was all the scenes of the different fire and the graphics that we had going behind it. So it was really cool. It was really fun, and it was something different for us. We got to rock out.
Yeah, that was the first one we actually coordinated a video where we actually made a video the same length as the song, and the video in the back was changing with the song. So as it was going on, the fire explosions were hitting at the right exact time, and all that stuff. So it was kind of
synchronized.
Yeah, everything was synced up. So it was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And any plans to come up with more videos from this album?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, actually we have two more. We have another single coming out November 3rd, so less than a month already. We have a song called Better Off Alone. Yeah, see, Better Off Alone. I wonder where she got that idea from.
There's a story there.
But there is a video for that one, which was a lot of fun that we had making that one as well. And then we have another single coming out in December. I think it's the 15th of December. We have a third video for that song too. So it should be three full videos for the three singles that we have coming out.
Yep, leading right up to the album release in January.
Yeah.
Interesting. And talking about the album, 10 hard rocking songs in your own style, beautifully written, great musicianship, and I totally enjoyed each and every song from this album. So thank you guys for putting up an amazing album next year. And as a band, how do you guys feel about this outcome of this new album?
I'm excited. I definitely feel like we've evolved with every album that we've done, so we're just getting stronger and tighter as a band, and I think it shows in this album for sure. So this one so far is definitely my favorite of the three that we've put out.
I agree. Yeah, same take on that. We're very excited about releasing this one and getting it out there and seeing what everybody thinks about it. There's a very small group of people who actually have the album already and have had a chance to listen to it through, and we've just had nothing but positive comments on it. So it's been great.
Yeah, so far so good.
Fantastic. And I know the album is a few months away, but do you have some kind of plan for the day of the release?
Oh, we've been talking about it. We're discussing doing a local like an album release party. So we still might, nothing on a large scale, But maybe locally we'll throw something together for January for that. But we'll see. We might do something fun on the internet too, so our fans and followers can stay tuned for that.
And in terms of touring, do you have any plans for this year, or is it after the release of the album?
It'll definitely be after the release of the album. We just have a couple of shows for the rest of this year. That's all we're doing. And then
we just came back from our second UK tour this year, so it was kind of goofy planning as far as the tours, and then we've got a new release after it with no tour at that same time. But we are already working on some 2024 plans to get back to the UK later in 2024, but we'll see. We're working on putting together a US run earlier in the year. So that's still in the works though. As soon as we have all that information though, we'll get it out on the website and on all the social media for everybody too.
Fantastic, fantastic. And how has this journey been for you with 3 albums now? So how did you feel about the road that you traveled so far?
It's been good, but interesting.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It becomes more and more fun as we go along. It also is way more exhausting too. We're getting beat down from it's just no rest for the wicked. I mean, we're tired constantly from just getting the songs created and then recorded and then mixed and mastered, and then now we're in the promotion phase of it now, and there's just no free time whatsoever.
There's so much work that goes into it, and then you release a song and it's like flavor of the week, and then like, okay, now we got to start working on the next one, and you're like, but this one just came out, but it's like you definitely feel good about it, once you've put so much into a song and an album, and then you finally release it, so it is a good thing. It's an exhausting process, but we're really excited that we've got Burn out there. We're looking forward to the next 2 singles getting released, and then obviously the album. But yeah, like people think that the rock star life is parties and playing all these crazy shows. It's like, no, you're hoping that you get to go to sleep. You don't know when your next meal is when you're on tour. It's a lot of work, and but it's fun. It's worth it. And so my advice to anybody that's thinking about doing it is do it, but just be prepared. There's things that have to go on.
Absolutely. And in the early stages of the band, you were helped by Goo Goo Dolls Robbie. So how did this bond created, and how do you still in touch with him, or how is it all happening between you guys?
You are. Yeah. I mean, yeah, well, Mike tells the story much better than I do. Go for it.
Yeah, originally we were playing a couple cover songs at telethon,
local fundraiser.
Yeah, and the Goo Goo Dolls happened to be right after us, so we were up there playing our 2 songs, and then we got off, and then the Goo Goo Dolls got on. They did their 2 or 3 songs, and then they got off. We went down to the bar naturally because that's where we always go. But we're hanging out there, and then Robbie comes down the escalator there, and then sees us at the bar and comes over, and he just was floored at he really enjoyed our 2 songs, and he asked us where we were doing our recording and all that, and then we're like, we're a cover band, we don't record anything. And he just said no. He goes, that was way too good to be doing covers. So he's like, I'll set you up with a tour of my studio. He has a GCR Audio, which is owned by him. And he just set us up on a tour there. We went around, liked it, and he's like, set up some studio time, and we'll get some songs recorded. We're like, okay, great. We don't have any songs.
Yeah, we booked the studio time, and then we were like, we can write something. So thankfully we did. But it was the push that we needed to start really creating our own music, and without that conversation, we may not be here right now doing what we're doing, so we're very grateful for that. And every once in a while, we still run into him. We've done all of our recording at GCR since the first album. So Robbie pops in there now and again when we're recording, which is great. It's nice seeing him. He's very community oriented. So if you're in Buffalo doing something music related, odds are you're going to bump into him one way or another. So yeah, he's really nice, a friendly guy. So he's really supportive too of the scene. the original music scene out here. Yeah, so he's been, you know, a very good inspirational person to be able to surround yourself with, to really get into creating the original stuff.
Yeah, twice during the recording of our last album here, he stopped in and just hung out for you know, a good half hour on the couch there and just talked with us for half an hour, and you know, see how things are going, and you know, that type of thing. So
played Music is Art.
yeah, we played his festival. Yeah, Music is Art. The beginning of September, about a month ago, and that was a lot of fun. So
yeah, it's a big festival that he heads up for the city of Buffalo. And what is it, 250 bands, something like that? Yeah, so he gets 250 bands, you know, to come together and play how many stages?
27.
27 stages, and it goes off without a hitch, you know, year after year. So he does a great job with that too.
Yeah.
And would you guys like to share some of the highlight moments for the band?
Ooh, highlight moments.
Oh, yeah, we've done a lot of fun things like both the UK tours were so much fun. Just going, you know, overseas and, you know, having an enormous amount of people that just know who you are, and they love your music, and you know, just to be able to go there and see that was amazing. You know, so, and we've done that tour twice now. We were there in March and just this past August, and you know, we're planning a third tour there, and you know, we're looking forward to doing that. We already have two festivals lined up for that third tour that we're going to be on. So it's going great. You know, over on, you know, the US side, you know, we have toured the US already twice. We've done some of the Midwest and the Southeast, and then we've Southwest, what did I say?
Geographically challenged. Southwest.
Okay. Somewhere in the US, doesn't matter.
Somewhere over there.
Somewhere over there. But you know, and then we've been a part of some cool festivals in the, you know, US here, and have played with some of the biggest bands, you know, that around, you know, including Saliva and Non-Point and Drowning Pool, and some of those, and Saving Abel, and you know, just no, we would never thought we'd be here. No, you know, only four and a half years as the band's been around. So you know, doing some fun stuff.
So those are the highlights that he's telling you about. There's also the highlights for me, like when Mike goes to pick up a speaker and splits his pants, like stuff like that.
I was in a cover band.
Doesn't matter. Those are still highlights of my life that I was there to witness and live through. And I'll never let you forget it. And now he knows too.
That doesn't count.
But everybody needs to know these things.
Oh, very interesting. And any big dream as a band?
Oh man.
You know, we just want to get this to the point where we can tour all year long, and just this is what we do. We just go in and play our music, and have, you know, and we like to keep writing new music, and be able to put, you know, further albums out there, singles, EPs, you name it, you know, just you know, that's the ultimate goal here. It's a, you know, uphill battle, but you know, we're trying to get there.
Yeah, slowly but surely we're making it happen.
Yeah.
And for when I begin touring probably in 2024, do you have plans to go to countries that you have never visited before?
Yeah,
we would love to. It's, you know, obviously it's more difficult than just saying, you know, we'd like to go anywhere. Obviously there's a lot of moving pieces that go into putting a tour together, but you know, we do get contacted by people in different countries. We've had Germany, France, you know, Italy. So there's interest out there. It's just, you know, we have to get squared up, I think, with the right promoters to just actually make it happen. But, you know, nothing is off the table at this point. So who knows? We'll see. Stay tuned.
Awesome. And guys, finally, any message that you have for the fans around the world?
Oh, for the fans?
Fans around the world, yeah, just watch out for that album that's coming out January 24, or what is the date? 26 of 2025. I knew there was a 24 in there somewhere.
It was close. It's just his album.
But you know, make sure you check out our social media pages: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, our website, you name it. You'll be able to find out where we're going to be touring, where
Any
our
updates?
shows or any updates, any new music, any videos, et cetera. All that stuff's going to be posted on those. So,
Yeah.
Just to stay on top of those, and
Mhm.
you'll know what's going on.
Yep. Get on board with the Grenade Brigade, people. Let's go.
Fantastic. And Mike and Stephanie, I want to thank you both so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this interview. And thank you for putting up a new album on January 26, 2024. And thanks again for the awesome music that you guys been giving us for the years. And I wish you all the best and really hoping to see you guys on the road real soon.
Thank you
Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Take care of yourself and have a great evening out there. Bye-bye.
Take care, you too. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.